Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn about the gas laws, right? So let's quickly review all the four gas laws. So we have Boyle's law, then we have Charles' law, then we have Gay-Lussac's law, and then Avogadro's law. So let's see what each of this is. So in Boyle's law is a relationship between pressure and volume of a gas. Pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to its volume, right? Now if I need to get rid of this proportionality sign, I have to multiply this by a constant to make it an equation. So this means P times V is always constant, and we can say P1 V1 equals P2 V2, right? So since we are studying pressure and volume relationship, it means we are keeping number of moles N and T constant, right? So how will we define Boyle's law? Boyle's law can be defined as when number of moles and temperature of the gas are kept constant, the pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to its volume, and PV is always constant. So we can derive P1 V1 equals P2 V2. Right? Now let's talk about Charles' law. Charles' law is a relationship between volume and temperature of the gas, right? So it means we have to keep pressure and number of moles constant. So when pressure and number of moles of a gas are kept constant, we can say that V, the volume of a gas, is directly proportional to its temperature, right? So if we need to get rid of this proportionality sign and make it into an equation, we need to multiply by a constant. So that means V over T is a constant, some number for a given gas when the number of moles and pressure are kept constant. So we can say that since V over T is constant, V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2. Okay? So this is Charles' law. For any gas, keeping pressure and number of moles constant. Right? Next is Gay-Lussac's law. This is the relationship between pressure and temperature of the gas. So this means we have to keep volume and number of moles constant for the given gas, right? So at constant volume and number of moles, pressure of a gas is directly proportional to its temperature. See, Charles, Gay-Lussac's and Avogadro's law, they all are direct relationships, right? So these are all direct relationships. Only Boyle's law is the inverse relationship. So Gay-Lussac's law states that pressure of a gas is directly proportional to its temperature when volume and number of moles are kept constant, right? So direct relationship means if you increase one variable, the other will increase too. So if you increase the temperature of the gas, its pressure will go up. If you, in Charles' law, if you increase the temperature, the gas expands because its volume increases, right? If you decrease the temperature, and the volume will decrease. Okay, so this means P over T is always constant. since this is constant, I can write like this: P1 over T1 equals P2 over T2, right? So this is Gay-Lussac's law, and this holds good only if you keep the volume and number of moles of the gas constant. Then the last one, we have Avogadro's law, right? So if you keep the pressure and temperature of the gas constant, constant means you do not change it. While you are studying the effect of volume and number of moles, you are not changing the temperature and pressure of the gas, right? So this law states that at constant temperature and pressure, volume of a gas is directly proportional to the number of moles of the gas, right? Since it's a direct relationship, meaning when number of moles go up, the volume increases. More moles of a gas will occupy a greater volume, and vice versa, right? So that means V over N is also constant at constant pressure and temperature, and hence we can write V1 over N1 equals V2 over N2, right? This holds good when pressure and temperature of a gas are kept constant, right? So this is what we need to know. You need to memorize all the 4 laws, right? And always remember, Boyle's law is the only inverse relationship. Rest all 3 are direct relationships, right? Then we can, since you can see PV is constant, V by T is constant, P over T is constant, and V by N is also a constant, right? So if we combine, so let's say we do not change the number of moles of the gas. So at constant number of moles, constant N, we can say we can combine the first 3 laws. So which ones? Boyle's, Charles, and Gay-Lussac's, right? So if we keep the number of moles constant, I can combine these 3 expressions, right? So I can say PV is also a constant, V over T is a constant, P over T is a constant, right? So since all 3 are constants, I can write PV over T is also a constant, right? From 1, 2, and 3, we can derive that. From 1, 2, and 3, we can write, or we can say PV over T is constant, right? So this means P1 V1 over T1 for any gas, keeping its moles same, we can write P2 V2 over T2 is equal to this, right? So this is what we call combined gas law. So that is it for this video, and in the next video I am going to solve some examples on all 4 laws, and on the combined gas law we'll do worksheet 2.